I got a phone call from the club. They're like, okay, the head coach has COVID. So you're going to be stepping in, taking his place tonight. And once I opened Instagram, like, it was all over the news. And Ofak was going to lead the game tonight. And then I was like, oh God, this is stressful. This player came sprinting at me, wanted to jump me and hit me at the face. While he was sprinting towards me, he's like, I'm gonna hit you. No woman shouts at me. I was looking at him like, I'm gonna get hit. I don't like to say this, but everyone says in the shoes, she's only there because she's beautiful. I'm like, no, I coached for 7 years before. I deserve to be here.
Today on Conversation with the Coaches, we're joined by a true trailblazer in a sport and a region where tradition runs deep. She's redrawn the lines of what's possible. She was the first female in the Arab world to coach a professional men's basketball team, but her impact doesn't stop at the sidelines. She's also a senior technical specialist at the General Sports Authority, a EuroLeague certified head coach, and was recently the head of the Bahraini delegation at the BRICS Games 2024. Wow. Her voice and story have been featured on many platforms, including TEDX, Bain Sports, and she's also a sought-after speaker at events in Russia, UAE, and Morocco. She's also a Taekwondo black belt, a former member of Bahrain's first national swimming team, and currently coaches at AlNajma Club. And to top it all off, she does all of this while being a full-time mom to her daughter, Huma. Her story is one of breaking barriers, but it's also a story of legacy and an unshakable belief in her own abilities. This is Fatima Reyadh. This is Conversation with Coaches. Welcome, Fatima. It's an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So before we start, I just wanted to thank our sponsor, Hikaya Studios, for this lovely studio space that they've sponsored us with. So, Fatima, let's go back a bit. Let's start with that historic appointment at AlNajma Club. I read that when you got the call, you were shocked and you thought it was for the Youth League.
Yeah.
So can you take us back to the moment? What was going on? How'd you feel?
So I got the call. I was like hanging out with my daughter. I got the call and they're like, this is the supervisor from Najma Club. I was like, okay, hi, how are you? He's like, what do you have offers for next season? I'm like, yeah, I have a couple of offers for next seasons. And he was like, what kind of offers? I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you. If you have anything to offer me, like send me the offer. We can discuss later on. So he basically was like, are you willing to work with the Najma Club? I was like, yeah, sure. I would do that.
Sure.
I would treat the Najma Club like any other club here in Bahrain. And then he was like, okay, this is not normal. This is something new. Would you be willing to work with the first team? I'm like, ladies? I didn't want to do that back then. I was like, who? And he's like, men's. I like, what?
Wow.
I paused for a second. I told my daughter, I told Huma to, shh, wait, what? And he's like, are you willing to work with men? I'm like, yeah. As what? And he said an assistant coach. I was like, okay, fine, yeah. Are you guys okay with that? Like, we're calling you, so are you okay with that? So, yeah, we had a couple of like meetings and then we reached to an agreement and it went fine.
Wow, that's incredible. Did you put the phone down and just start screaming and yelling, or is that?
Yeah, I put the phone down. I looked at Huma. I'm like, Mama, I'm going to coach in the men's league. She's like, how? With no like expressions, how? I'm like, I'm going to be coaching there. And then she said, you're going to like play against Baba? I'm like, I don't know, maybe.
Wow. Congratulations. That's incredible. So, we were reading that the club's technical director called your appointment a bold choice. So in those first few weeks, what was bold from your perspective?
I think the bold part was me being there to start with. Like no one is like used to or like expecting a female to be there. Like to be completely honest, no one was there before me or no one's there yet.
Okay.
So I think that was the bold move I did. But for me, it was like, that's a normal thing to do.
When you walked in the first day, it was no butterflies
Like,
in your stomach.
I had butterflies the first like hour, let's say, and then everything went back to normal. It's like any other session, any other practice I've done before in my life. So
Wow, so just like your instincts kicked in and you were back to
exactly,
Coach Fatma.
yes,
All right, excellent. So this was a pretty crazy story. So it seems that you were thrown into the fire quite early on. So your head coach got COVID,
yeah.
and then he basically said, "Fatma, you're going to be coaching against Manama Club."
Yeah, that I did. Okay, the funny story is that I did not know about. So I was at work, like around 8ish, well, 9ish. I got a phone call from the club. They're like, okay, the head coach has COVID. So you're going to be stepping in, taking his place tonight. I was like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. Like, that's my job, basically. And then I was like having some coffee around the office, and then my friends they were like, "Yo, did you see the news?" I'm like, "What? Like, did you open social media today?" I'm like, "No, I just woke up. I'm having my coffee." They're like, "Open social media," and once I opened Instagram, like it was all over the news, and of what was gonna lead the game tonight, and then I was like, "Oh God, this is stressful."
Sure.
Like I didn't know and people would pay attention to this.
Right.
And then I got like 2 hours later, I got a phone call. I think it was Bahrain TV or another TV channel. I forgot. And they were like, and are we going to be there tonight, like taking some clips and then interviewing you? I'm like, why is everyone making a big deal out of this?
Sure.
This is a normal game.
But I mean the stakes you basically thrown into the deep end.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I'm on spotlight now.
And then Manama Club is I mean their fans are loud and it's a
Yeah.
hectic.
I think the best team in Bahrain.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how did that turn out? Can you take us back to how that game actually went through? Oh,
Okay, so pre-game in the locker room, I was talking to my players. Everything was fine. We discussed strategies, offense, defense. We went through everything. How they gonna do the warm up? Everything was fine. When the game started, like I was standing there. I was like, "Oh, why did I get myself into this?
oh no.
Or how did I like? Why am I doing this?"
Right.
Is that for 2 or 3 minutes, I froze. I didn't like, I zoned out. I didn't know. Like, when and everyone is here tonight to watch you, how you're going to coach the game, of how you're going to lead the players.
Yeah.
And then, and that they want to see something you do wrong so they can use it against you. So I had to be all that and be myself. So I took like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and then I realized, okay, my players are depending on me. I looked the sign, Uma's looking at me. So
Sure.
pull yourself together. I'm back at the game, and we did the game. We played good.
And you guys play well and your team rallied.
Like everyone thought we were gonna lose by 50 or 60 because come on, we're playing like a smell man.
Yeah.
And then I think we lost by 15 or 20,
Oh.
which basically was good.
And then after that, everyone's cheering for you. And when you leave it,
I got so many phone calls that night. Yeah, I was so excited.
what an incredible feeling. So we've also seen you coaching not only Bahrain players, but international players. So we found a picture online of you coaching Nick Ward, who's Michigan State alum. I mean, that's a pretty big talent to be coaching. So is there a difference between coaching, I guess, Bahraini players at the top level or like American players who are coming, who've been doing this for years, and how do you handle that?
Well, talking about that, this season we had Alfonso McKinney. He used to play in Golden State Warriors.
Oh, wow.
So basically, foreigner players, Bahraini players, they're all the same.
Sure.
When you go, like, if you step in basketball, we all talk the same language, which is basketball. So whether he's Bahraini or foreigners, the same.
And are they just as receptive as well to?
Yes, they are.
Amazing. So you're basically 1 degree of separation away from Steph Curry. That's not too flat, right? That's quite impressive. So I think obviously you've done so much, and let's talk about inspiration. So most athletes or coaches have a source of inspiration. Who were the people or person that shaped your love for the sport?
Like, I would say, like, there are two. Like, the first one is my mom. Like,
Okay.
if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even know basketball, knew basketball, and fell in love with the game. And the second one, during my coaching career, I had Coach Salman Ramadan, which is basically like the best coach here in Bahrain.
Okay.
He used to motivate me because, throughout my journey, I had some like moments and I wanted just to like step back and leave. And he would be the one telling me, don't quit, just stay. We're going to help you. Anything you need, anything you want. Like, don't listen to whatever you're hearing, the negative comment or whatever. We're going to help you get through this.
Oh, wow. That's, I mean, two great figures to have in your
Yeah.
corner. And you've talked a little bit about your mom in the past with me separately. And I just wanted to say, like, so for you, seeing your mom, she was commanding a basketball court almost your entire life. Tell us a little bit more about your mom. How did she get started? Where did she get to in her coaching career? What is she doing now?
Okay, so my mom started doing like sports all her life. She's basically an Arab champion in badminton.
Oh,
I know. And then when she talks about that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not good in badminton. It's fine, whatever.
okay.
And then she played basketball, and then she like switched into coaching basketball. So she used to coach local clubs here in Bahrain, like Mhara Club. I do remember Mhara Club. I went with her there. I think Manama Club as well. And then the national team of Bahrain. Seeing her doing that and then taking me with her to practices, like I would just go and dribble the ball just to be on the sideline. The same thing I do with Huma now. I just take her around, just be around me, see what I'm doing. Well, that I fell in love with the game. Best, I did not want to play it back then. So, okay, I knew basketball since I was a kid, but I didn't want to play basketball. I did swimming, I did taekwondo, I did like lots of sports. And then in my teenage years, I was like, okay, let me try basketball. So I played basketball in school.
Okay.
And then in uni, and then I went to playing in local clubs and national team for him.
So you were an athlete, like you did play at a pretty high level as well?
Yes, I did.
Great. And what was the pivot? When did you decide that, okay, I want to like stop playing as an athlete and I want to be more of a coach?
I think that point was when I got pregnant with Huma. So I couldn't do any kind of sports.
Okay.
And I didn't want to stay at home, do nothing. And then one of my friends recommended, and I do the coaching clinic. They had this coaching clinic level 1 here in Bahrain. And she was like, then just go do it. I was like, it's good. It's only going to be me. She's like, I said, who cares? Go do it and then have a certificate. And what if you can use it to work? Yeah, at my job, like for this, yeah. And then I did. I am grateful for her pushing me to go to that clinic, and yeah,
And that's what opened this whole
everything. Yeah, basically.
That's incredible. So speaking about your mom, what were the biggest lessons your mom, I guess, taught you, maybe even verbally or just from like watching her by osmosis, kind of picking up what she was doing around the coach?
I mean, my mom, if you would look at her as a coach, she's a completely different person. So we've known mom as mom at home.
Sure.
And then me seeing her coaching she's like a completely different person. And then just her standing there coaching her players, I was like, I want to be like her. Yani, give like advice as well as strategies to players, and they would look up to me. And then at the same time, like being respected.
Right. Sure. That's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
So that's why I went into coaching somehow.
And so you've taken a lot of what your mom kind of did.
Yeah, except not the cursing part.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So now, obviously, when you got the AlNajma club, I assume one of the first people you spoke to is your mom.
Yeah, I did.
And
Yeah.
I just want to know, what was that conversation like? Because she's probably
The first thing, I like mama, they called me and they want me to go coach the first team. She's like, the men. I'm like, okay, fine. She's like, they're gonna give you a headache. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm up for that. I'm willing to try out this new experience. She's like, okay, good luck. That's it.
That's it. Just
Yeah.
very like,
Yeah, she's blunt.
I should like, okay. And does your mom come in and kind of watch you coach? Is that something that she?
She doesn't do that, no, but she would see my games on TV and then she would comment when I go back home. She would comment. And You guys did this in offense, you did this in defense, you should fix this next time, play this more minutes, this. So yeah.
So the coach is getting coached at home.
Exactly.
That's pretty good. Most people had to pay for a service.
And then you would see Huma walking around. She's like, Mama doesn't do anything. She just sit on the chair and shouted at her players. I'm like,
Oh, wow. So you're getting it from both sides now. Okay. So it looks like you come from a family of athletes. It seems like everyone in your family is an athlete. So your sister is a Bahrain national handball player, and your brother used to be a drag racing champion. So what was growing up in your household like?
Like growing up, it's like we used to compete in home, and I used to compete against my sister, my brother, like in a good way, in a good competitive way. Like, and then my sister actually used to play basketball, and then she switched into playing handball. She didn't like basketball much. She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do handball. It's my thing." So me and my mom were both supportive of her. Do whatever you wanna do. You like do handball. It was her thing. And then my brother used to do drag racing because my dad was into cars, still into cars. He has a collection of American muscle cars.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. He introduced all of us to that kind of sports.
Yeah.
But I liked doing other sports, such as like swimming, taekwondo, and then eventually basketball.
Okay. And so is your brother now, is he still drag racing? Is he?
Well, he's a stay-home dad.
Oh, okay. So he's hung up his keys then?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's incredible to grow up in that kind of household. And obviously that's
Exactly.
why you are the way you are. So now let's talk about, obviously you've done something quite remarkable. We live in a world where gender inequality has kind of moved a lot, but it's still quite prevalent in certain cultures, traditions, and even globally in sports. So can you take us back to the atmosphere back in the day, when you were first starting off, and kind of describe how all of it went?
Like back then, I would say people did not accept me as much as they do now. Like I'm not talking about everyone. Like the community, you would have some people would be, I guess, a woman coaching men's. Again, at the start, it wasn't easy. I used to hear a lot of things, and she even comments on my Instagram page, and she needs to stay at home, clean the kitchen, do the dishes,
Wow.
do food, well, whatever. I'm like, I used to read those comments and hear those kind of stuff. I'm like, we go to school, we work, we basically do everything together. Why does it happen when it comes to sports? We can't do that anymore. And then I'm like, if I'm not gonna do it, and let's say, okay, I hear them, and then I decide to stay at home and do nothing, who's gonna be like the role model for the kids, for the upcoming like females, well, the kids, well, high, and okay, we have someone who broke that barrier, and for me, I reached a point in I wouldn't care what anyone says.
Sure.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just there. What do I have to lose? I don't have anything to lose. I have my daughter with me. She's supportive of me. She's like, Mama, you need to do this. Like, because when she comes back from school and she tells me, and all my friends thinking that you're cool because you coach men, that is everything to me.
Sure.
That gives me motivation to go up there every day and like change this whole thing.
Well, what a fantastic thing to hear. I mean, that's the cool mom that actually broke the barrier. That's so we were reading your basically your response was to prove them wrong by hard work and dedication, right? And is that basically how you still carry on to this day, or is that now become a little bit easier in the transition?
It's never going to be easier. So I would work like triple the amount of the regular coach would. I would do courses. I got a basketball diploma from Belgrade University.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would do everything just to be recognized at the same level of male coaches.
Oh my, and that even to this day, that's something you still have to embody to work. Wow.
Definitely, yes.
And I guess this is something that people never realize because they just see you on the sidelines and they don't realize the backstory that's
Exactly, yeah.
all
And
of this.
the thing you're talking about that, and you cannot be an assistant coach for the first team if you don't have 7 years of coaching experience with other teams. So everyone thought, no, oh, she's there. I don't like to say this, but everyone says, and she's only there because she's beautiful. I'm like, no, I coached for 7 years before. I deserve to be here. It's not because of my it's not because of my looks. No,
Sure.
I worked hard. I studied hard. I did everything like the requirements. I met all the requirements. I'm here today because I deserve to be here.
And now on social media, do you find a lot more support, or is there still like do you have the odd
I think
here?
there is more support. I'm not really active on social media anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
you just tune it out completely and just kind of do your own thing.
Yes.
Okay. Um, so you mentioned, I mean, you've covered a little bit in the past, but so you said you had some allies, obviously your mom in your corner, and you mentioned a male coach.
Coach Selma
Ramadan.
Ramadan. Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Did you also have players that were, on your side? So I just want to know, how did they help you? What did they tell you, especially in the first few years?
I mean, my players, like, are we talking about the young kids or the men's?
The men, yeah.
The men, they were supportive day one, since day one.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them, when I used to play basketball, he used to play basketball. We used to play both of us for Najma team.
Okay.
But I knew him since we were kids. So imagine me stepping in, coaching him now.
Sure. Okay.
But the first day he saw me, he's like, after the practice, like in between like water break and stuff, he came up to me, he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. He's like, chill, shway, loosen up. I was like, okay, like, why? Why? Is he like, we can tell and you're stressed.
Oh, wow.
Hey, like, what's gonna happen? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, you don't have anything to lose. We're all here supportive of you. Just be yourself. It's like, okay, all right.
I mean, that's
That
incredible.
took a weight off me.
Yeah.
That,
And the other coach, Mr. Salman Ramadan,
yeah.
what was he? You mentioned like he used to tell you, keep going, don't give up. And
Yeah, that was before I went to a Najma club. So I had this kind of thing. So when I was in a coaching clinic, some people did not know, and I know how to speak that language. So they gossiped about me and now, what she's thinking when I like coach boys and men and her. They didn't think and I understood them.
oh no.
And then I went and I told him, I was like about to tear up and cry. And like they said that. It's like, who cares? Just prove them wrong. Don't listen to them. Like, no, I don't think this is the right place for me to be. And then he was like, if you're going to listen to them, just go home.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
It's quite-
he's
yeah.
blocked.
Yeah, sure.
Like my mom.
I was gonna say a lot of blunt people in your life. Like,
Exactly. It's like, all right, go home. I'm like, I don't want to go home. I did all this. It's like, keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
and so these moments of self doubt back in the day, do you still have moments like that as you?
Nothing more, no.
No, not anymore. Now
Definitely
you're
not.
solidified,
Yeah.
and then this is just business. Like this is it. Okay. So obviously, the acceptance of females in this arena is a lot better now. I guess if you're looking back at Bahrain, what's the biggest change that you've witnessed in the last, I guess, 5 years or?
Like, as you said, a woman in sports, generally, if you're talking referees, athletes, coaches, like Bahrain developed in so many levels. You would see the General Sports Authority, the Olympic Committee doing like all kinds of things, all sort of things like courses while sending them out to like study, come back, and then implement that here in Bahrain sports.
Sure, and I've actually seen some female officials in boxing,
Yeah.
and
How
you know,
so
what a
that?
yeah, what a crazy
And we have like two famous, what is it, football referees.
we're okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, very incredible. The leadership of both His Highness Sheikh Nasser and His Highness Sheikh Khalid has created a golden era for sports in Bahrain. So just wanted to know, in your opinion, how has their powerful complementary leadership transformed the ambitions and opportunities of sports, but also athletes across the kingdom?
His Highness Sheikh Nasser and His Highness Sheikh Khalid, they set a great example for us athletes. Their leadership, their achievement, what have they done in sports sector is amazing. Like we're talking about the golden generation here. It's one of the projects we're working on with the General Sports Authority. So I'm familiar with it. We've been working on it for 3 years now. What basically is happening, and they're implementing their leadership and other qualities to put into this program, into selecting young, talented athletes and then turning them into professional athletes. So they would go into they would send some of them aboard to do to do sports there, and then come back to Bahrain and represent Bahrain when they get older. And then if you look at it on the other hand, and then you have them supporting us coaches, referees, and us females. So they have sent like a couple of female coaches to do coaching clinics aboard. And then when they came back to Bahrain, they got like job offers into like sports clubs here in Bahrain.
Oh, wow. I mean, what a fantastic opportunity as well for everyone involved.
Yeah.
No, that's really great to hear. And we kind of look to see what the golden generation is going to do in the next decade or so. Now pivoting, so beyond basketball, you're also a Taekwondo black belt.
Yes.
That's scary. So how's this black belt mindset, of discipline and focus helped you in coaching?
So when I used to play taekwondos, you had this phase of doing the from white belt to black belt, which it takes like 6 to 7 years to do that. And then I had the most strict coach ever in Bahrain. His name is Coach Doi.
Okay.
So whenever we missed a training, I do something wrong, he would kick us. Like not like
Not Taekwondo kick. Okay.
it's a
Oh,
taekwondo kick.
sure.
It wouldn't hurt us.
Sure.
It's like just a reminder to like be on track. So we grow up in that like motivational kind of thing, and we know, and if we do something wrong, it wouldn't be accepted. So we have to be on our perfect behavior all the time to give our best, to achieve our best, and to like reach our goal.
Sure.
By slapping around, you wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't reach your goal. So that mindset from Taekwondo, putting into basketball, I knew, and I had to take that, put it here, and then even more. Because just me being me there wasn't enough. So I had to put more into it.
So basically, what I'm hearing is if your players ever messed up, you would be
They're-
pulling them some kicks here and there.
They're out. They're out. I wouldn't even talk to them. I'm like, out.
And talking about Taekwondo as well, did you ever compete in Taekwondo?
Yes, I did.
Said 7 years.
Yes.
Okay.
I did compete.
And did you compete outside of Bahrain? And
Taekwondo, no, I did here in Bahrain, but swimming we did.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about swimming. So you said you were part of the first ever national team.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So tell us more about that.
Yeah, that was nice. I think it was a phase. Like me and my cousin, we wanted to do swimming. And then basically our moms said, go do swimming together. So basically what we do on a regular like day base, and we would get up at 4 a.m. The bus would come pick us up. We'll go to the swimming arena. We have an hour session of swimming. We'll go to school, finish school, go back to swimming, have another 2 hours of swimming sessions, and then go back home and then repeat. We did that like for almost 4 years. So yeah, that was a lot for us. We were like around 12 or 13 back then. So I used to do taekwondo, and at one point I used to do taekwondo and swimming at the same time.
Oh,
So
wow.
I had to
Yeah.
wake up early in the morning, go do swimming, go to school, come back, either go taekwondo or swimming, or manage to like squeeze both of them at the same time at night.
Plus homework, plus everything else.
Yeah.
Homework, not so
I
much.
get it. Not that important.
Wow, I mean that's a lot. So I mean this segues great into the next question. Is do you believe that to be a great coach, you must first truly understand what it's like to be an athlete? Because they say not all athletes are coaches or can be coaches, and not all coaches are athletes.
I somehow agree with that. To like the coach doesn't have to be a great athlete, but he does have to know the mindset of the athlete. He has to be like through that to understand the mindset of an athlete. I wouldn't know how my players think if I haven't been through that. Like there are points when you're like during practice while at training and then you want to quit, but you hear this voice in your head and then you cannot quit now. Like when I was younger, like a million times I wanted to quit. And then I would hear my coach motivating me, whether it's either motivation or cursing, one of them. So I would give more into this. So I know how to, like, if I see one of my players, I would know what he's thinking about and how to approach him and then change his mindset. If he feels like quitting, I would like bring him up. If he's like scared, I know, yeah, I know my ways.
And that's because you've been on the other side.
Because I've been through that to understand that.
Okay.
But again, that's not every like great coach has to be a great athlete.
Right.
Yeah.
But it helps, definitely helps.
Definitely it helps.
Yeah, right. Now speaking about coaching, so just the actual craft of coaching, which obviously you're amazing at. So if you're talking about the audience and maybe some aspiring coaches out there, when you walk into the gym for practice, what are your top 3 priorities? What does a Fatima Reyadh coaching session look like?
So they have to be disciplined. They have to be there on time, before time. So if they're like the session starts at 6, they have to be like at least 5:45 in court shoes on. If they're not there like by 5:45, they're out. They're not welcome.
That's something that in Bahrain
It took-
been able to get.
Yeah, it's not only me, it's everyone. It's all there. So this is number 1. Number 2, yeah, I would say no cursing, but I wouldn't mind it. But I act like I don't hear them.
Yeah.
So I give them their time. Yeah, end of the day, they're men. They're boys. They want to do them. So I would like, yeah, cool, walk out. And then, yeah, just basically give everything you have in the session. If not, we're going to help.
And so when you come in, what is your session usually like? Are you focus a lot on the technical details? You focus a lot on.
It depends. So during the week, let's say like preseason week. Preseason week, we would concentrate more on stamina and agility, ability, and all those kind of things. And then you have during season, before the game starts, we would do strategies, offense, defense, all of that. And then like season, when the season is on, games are on, you would sometimes have 1 game, 2 games per week. So we can't do all high insanity like classes. We would do 2 sessions up, 1 session down, and then we would like know how to manage that. But it's pretty full if you look at it. If you have 2 games per week, and then you would give them a day off and then go back to practice and then recovery, implementing new strategies, new offense, new defense, and it takes time.
And so this is like basically coaching, I think, is a very tricky art because you're balancing all these egos. Everyone's a different person. Everyone's got a different personality.
Yes.
So I just want to hear your insight on how you balance all of this. How do you, like, are you a coach that's everything happens on the court and then once you step out, it's okay, I'll see you back in next practice? Or do you also keep in touch with your players outside of the coaching, feel them out?
I personally keep in touch with my players. I think for me, like, I think the more you know about your player, the more he would give you end game.
Right, sure.
So if you know like his weaknesses as well as strong points, you know how to approach him. Let's say like I had one of my players, he's like the best shooter I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
But in his head, he's not good enough.
Sure. Okay.
So he was sitting there. He didn't, I think in the first quarter, the head coach didn't let him play. So I went up to him during the second quarter, sat next to him. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? He's like, you know, when you feel the player is giving you the vibes, he doesn't want to play. He's just mentally down. And I know he's good. I know once he gets that off and like be in the game, the coach would let him in.
Sure.
So I sat with him and talked to him. I'm like, why are you stressing? What's wrong? Like, he's like, my mom is here. I'm like, what?
Oh, wow.
My mom is here? Okay, this is a first. I don't know how to approach this. I'm like, and then I make her proud. He's like, no, I get nervous if my mom is here. She's watching me. She's going to judge me. I'm like, and then, do you want to make her proud? Well, hi. So we had like a 5-minute talk.
Yeah.
And then he decided, he's like, you know what? Just tell the head coach I'm good. I want to go on. And then he went in and he made us win that night.
Wow. So you made his mom proud as well.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, that.
She came up to me after the game. She's like, he talks a lot about you. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, that's an amazing validation. But yeah, who would have ever thought that having your mom at the game is.
Exactly.
I get nervous when my mom drives with me because then she's always telling me what to do and what not to do. So talking about discipline and coaching men's team, Without naming any names, are you able to take us back to any tough times that you've had with maybe certain players and how you handled it, or maybe one particular incident that stands out?
Okay, this particular incident is still stuck in my mind. I wouldn't mention names, but during one practice, I wouldn't say which season. Anyways, so I was shouting at one of my players, and I do this, what you're doing is wrong. This player came sprinting at me, wanted to jump me and hit me at the face. While he was sprinting towards me, he's like, I'm gonna hit you. No woman shouts at me. I was looking at him like, I'm gonna get hit today. And then while he was like 1 meter from me, two players grabbed him, they walked him off.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
oh my God. You do not disrespect our coach like that.
Did he ever know about your
I-
Taekwondo black belt?
I don't think he does. And then he came after practice, apologized, and said he was like in the heat of the moment.
Just tensions
Yeah,
there and
lost his temper. I was like, fine, it's okay.
okay, and then
Just don't
since
hit.
then you guys move fast. That was
Yeah,
a lot more
he's
respect.
like one of my favorite players now.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's quite scary. You don't want like a big basketball player running at you, but
exactly.
I wouldn't be too worried with your Taekwondo black belt. So now if you're talking about gameplay and actual coaching during games, so you've got 2 minutes left. You guys are tied. What is your strategy? Do you like draw up complex plays, or do you rely on your players' intuition to kind of take that through?
It depends on the game. If we're winning or we're losing. If it's a close game, we're winning. I would let them do them in the last 2 minutes because they know better. They can read the court better than I do at that moment. Maybe if we're winning, and then you would have the players who played like for more than 20, well, if 25 years, they would know how to react in
Right.
court because like let's say the last 2 minutes I can't take timeouts
Sure.
or maybe I run out of timeouts. So the best thing I can do at that moment is to trust my players.
And that's your strategy. So you guys train for it pre-game,
Exactly.
and you know how
Yeah.
they play, and
We do that a lot. Like we'll give them 2 minutes and what we do.
you simulate
Yes.
these. Okay,
Yes.
that's great. So now you're a mother, you're an official, you're a coach, you're a speaker. I mean, how do you balance all these hats? What does a typical weekday look like for you?
A typical weekday for me would be going to work, and then after work I would go to the gym. Then I would sometimes take Huma with me to the gym. You remember when I used to take her to the gym with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now she's older. She's like, I don't want to spend more time with you. I'm like, okay, fine. She's
Oh,
that phase.
okay.
And then I would go back home, get changed, and go do basketball, come back home, spend some time with Huma if she's awake. If she's not, we'll repeat the same thing.
And so what time does your day usually start, and what time does it
It
actually?
starts like around 6 a.m. It ends 11 p.m.
And weekends are do you
Yeah,
think-
weekends are. Sometimes we have games during the weekends. So yeah, I would basically have no days off.
but you love this life. This
Of
is the,
course. I'm bored now because it's off season.
oh right.
I'm losing my mind.
Oh no. So what are you doing in off season? What
I'm gymming every day, every single day.
twice a day going to gym?
I do back-to-back classes now because I'm
Yeah.
so bored.
That's pretty good. Okay. So now you said you take your daughter to the stadium with you.
Yeah.
So now what are you trying to impart to her? Like what is are you hoping that when she comes with you she's kind of motivated and learns from you, or is this just you kind of want you to grow up in this world?
Yeah, I want her to be familiar with sports, and this is us. This is a typical thing for us to play sports. And then the second thing I want her to know, and a woman can coach, I can do whatever. Her being there, seeing her mom, as she says, and I just said do nothing but shout at my players.
Sure.
She can be there. Her friends can be there. She can pass this along her friends, and then maybe motivates them one day to be coaches, referees, players.
And has she found her sport, her calling, or
She plays football,
are you happy about that?
kind of.
Okay.
Like she does what she wants. Whatever makes her happy makes me happy.
And is that something that she plans on competing? Is this like, or is she just starting off right now?
She's just starting off with football, yeah. And now like 2 days ago, she's like, I want to play taekwondo. I'm like, impressive.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So now I'm considering taking her to do taekwondo.
Are you going to be coaching her on the sideline?
No, no, no.
Just hide her out.
Let her go spend her time there.
Yeah. So, obviously, there's an unseen cost to being a trailblazer. So, what is something that you've had to sacrifice to achieve this level of success?
I would say it's my mental health. So people don't know how exhausting this is. Like mentally, I have to be strong all the time and just be there as the strong female coach inside. But sometimes it is draining. Um, there are days I would like don't want to get up from bed. I don't want to do anything.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I would think about it and I need to do this. Whether it's I like it or I don't like it, I would do it for me, for the sake of my daughter. I would do it for just basically every single female out here. So the unseen cost definitely, I would say, is the mental aspect.
And that's something I think, not only in this part of the world, but it's just in general, people don't really explore too much about.
Imagine, yani, getting up, doing 2 jobs, single mom, getting so much comments on your second job, doing everything. And people think it's easy. It's not. It's just me being there.
And so, if you deal with so much, how do you unwind? What is your
Go to the gym.
go to the gym? Okay, so training harder is
Exactly, yeah.
okay. So we read in an article that your next goal was pretty clear. You wanted to be the head coach of a men's team and win a national championship.
Inshallah, one day.
So can you tell us a little bit more about that and what you're kind of doing to get yourself there?
To be the head coach of a men's team, and I would have to say and wait for that call. The same call I got for the assistant coach position, I would wait for that. But during that time, I'm doing like coaching clinics. I have one in mind I want to do in the States. So I'm pretty up doing everything. Inshallah, one day I get that call.
And so you're talking about doing clinics and doing a lot of certifications. You talked about Serbia, that you did your
Basketball diploma.
diplomas, and you also EuroLeague head coach certified. So it's just all kind of the stepping stones that you have to sort of
adding to my CV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So when a young girl sees you in Bahrain on the sideline, what is the one message that you want loud and clear for her?
Never let anyone put you down. Yeah. Never let anyone make you doubt yourself. Just be yourself. Do you. You're going to be successful.
Wow. That's, I mean, very powerful. Obviously, so you're a role model to all these young girls. And then what's next on your horizon? You obviously conquered basketball to an extent with this coach.
My next thing on my list, I would still want to do Ironman. We were talking about that. I want to do Ironman. Inshallah next season I get a phone call, whether to be assistant coach or head coach from P. Inshallah, I get a position next season. And then whether that happens or not, if it doesn't, I'm going to pursue doing more clinics. I would try going to the States. So basically, that's my next step.
The Golden State Warriors then?
Maybe, you never know.
Sure. Okay, so Fatima, now for a little bit of fun. It's called This or That. You just have to think. Oh, sorry, no thinking rather. And just say the person that comes to your mind, all right? So, morning person, evening person?
Evening.
Okay. Coffee or Carrick?
Coffee.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
What wins games? Good offense or good defense?
Defense.
Wow. All right. Sneakers or heels?
Sneakers?
Okay.
Definitely.
High tops or low tops?
High.
Okay. Locker room speech or sideline adjustment?
Locker room speech.
Nice. And best basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Not Dennis Rodman.
What? Okay, that is extreme. Wow, Rodman. Okay, amazing. I fully agree with you. He's one of the best. So now moving on, Fatima, something that we like to do is called the legacy line. So it's just for athletes that you coach, for your daughter, for every person listening to this, who has a dream. What is the one message that you want to leave with them
Like, never underestimate the power you have within yourself. Use it wisely. And once you know how to use the power you have, you would be successful.
That's very powerful, Fatma. And we've got a small little gift for you. So here you go, and just a tiny little thing from us.
Thank you. Yeah, I do have a collection of mugs.
Oh, okay.
I have like 100 cup mugs.
Do any of them have your face on it?
No,
Right,
no,
or
this is a
not, right?
first.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Fatma. I really appreciate your time today, and best of luck with everything that you work on.
Thank you.